Picture this, a lone jogger sprinting through the howling winds of a Florida hurricane, defying nature's fury with every determined stride. That's not just a man running, that's a symbol of raw, unyielding courage, a Florida man in the flesh, embodying the spirit of someone who refuses to be stopped. What drives a person to push through such chaos? What sparks that fire to keep going when the world screams, "Give up"? The answer lies within you, waiting to be awakened. This is your story, your movie, and it starts now. Forget the financial crashes, the personal stumbles, the broken relationships. What would the hero of your life's epic do today? That's the question I'm challenging you to answer, and by the end of this journey, you'll not only know the answer, you'll be living it. Let's get real. Life isn't a highlight reel of passion and motivation. Those words, passion, discipline, motivation, are thrown around like confetti. But they don't mean a thing when you're staring down the barrel of a 300-pound body, an empty bank account, or a dream that feels out of reach. When you're drowning in self-doubt, where's the spark? Where's the fire? It's not about waiting for a magical moment of inspiration. It's about choosing to act day after day, even when every fiber of your being screams, "I can't." It's about deciding whether you want to live or merely exist. That's the choice I faced, and it's the choice you're facing right now. I wasn't born a Navy SEAL. I wasn't born a motivational speaker or a record-breaking athlete. I was a 300-pound guy spraying for cockroaches, making $1,000 a month, and feeling like life had already written my story. One day, I came home, flipped on the Discovery Channel, and saw Navy SEALs carrying boats and logs through grueling training. Something clicked. I didn't just want to change, I had to. I called a recruiter, and he laughed. 7 others laughed too. At 6 feet 1 inch and 300 pounds, I was too heavy, too old, and, in their eyes, too unlikely to ever make it. One recruiter finally gave me a shot, but the challenge was brutal. Lose 106 pounds in 3 months, or kiss the dream goodbye. I did it. I walked back into that office 106 pounds lighter, not because I was special, but because I refused to let anyone, not even myself, tell me I couldn't. That's the first lesson. If you want something bad enough, no one gets to tell you it's impossible. Not your doubters, not your circumstances, not even the voice in your head whispering, "You're not enough." I've had those arguments with myself. "Tom, you're too old to keep up with the young guns on the computer." "Tom, you can't outwork a 30-year-old." Every time, I proved that voice wrong, not with talent, but with a relentless, almost obsessive drive to show up and do the work. You are not your past failures. You're not the financial disasters, the broken dreams, or the times you fell short. You're the person standing here now, armed with lessons from every stumble, ready to write a new chapter. So, how do you start? Grab a pen and paper. Write down your goals, not vague wishes, but crystal clear targets. Write down what you want to improve, what you refuse to tolerate from yourself anymore, and the mistakes you'll never repeat. Then, go forth. This isn't about waiting for permission or perfect conditions. It's about action. Everyone envies the view from the top, but no one wants to climb the mountain. They see the trophies, the accolades, the success, but they don't see the 4 a.m. wake-ups, the double workouts, the days when you drag yourself forward on nothing but grit. Success isn't a gift. It's a grind. And here's the truth. You will fail more times than you succeed. That's not a flaw. It's the process. Failure is the greatest teacher you'll ever have. Every time you fall, you're one step closer to the person you're meant to be. Michael Jordan didn't win every game. Kobe Bryant didn't make every shot. What set them apart wasn't talent, it was obsession. They weren't just interested in basketball, they were consumed by it. I became obsessed with becoming the baddest version of myself, not because I thought I was, but because I believed I could be. Obsession doesn't mean being perfect. It means being unbalanced for a while, pouring every ounce of energy into your dream until it becomes reality. Interested people watch history unfold. Obsessed people make it. Everything you do counts. Every book you read, every early morning you conquer, every course you take, it's all building the plus side of your ledger. But every hour wasted on TV, every moment spent complaining instead of hustling, every time you choose comfort over growth, that's the negative side piling up. If what you're doing isn't moving you toward your goals, it's probably pulling you away. I've never seen myself as particularly talented. Where I shine is in my work ethic, a ridiculous, almost sickening commitment to outwork everyone else. While others sleep, I'm grinding. While others eat, I'm pushing. That's not because I'm superhuman, it's because I expect more from life. I demand more, and so should you. Champions don't hope for good results, they demand them. They go beyond what's expected, not just in the gym, but in every corner of life. Normal people do normal things and get normal results. If you want extraordinary, you have to do extraordinary. Les Brown once painted a haunting picture. Imagine you're on your deathbed, surrounded by the ghosts of your unfulfilled potential, the ideas you never pursued, the talents you never used, the dreams you let die. They're angry, disappointed, whispering, "You could have brought us to life." How many ghosts will be around your bed when your time comes? That question hit me like a freight train. You might think you have all the time in the world, but you don't. Life is waiting to knock you down, to throw curveballs you didn't see coming. You can't hide from it. You can't curl up and wish it away. You have to strap on your boots, face it head on, and keep fighting. Life is a cycle of wins and losses, highs and lows. One day you're on top of the world, the next, you're eating dirt. That's not failure, that's growth. The key is to stop breaking promises to yourself. If you say you'll wake up at 7 a.m., don't hit snooze. That's a win. If you say you'll read a book, do it. Small actions compound into massive results. It's not about the outcome, it's about the input, the trial and error, the constant curiosity, the relentless pursuit of better. I wasn't always the guy you see today. I was the guy who could barely run a mile, who felt like the world was laughing at his dreams. But I kept showing up. I kept experimenting. I kept failing and learning. Let me take you back to that moment when I decided to become a Navy SEAL. I was 300 pounds, broke, and stuck in a dead-end job. The recruiter's words stung. "You're fat and you're black. There have only been 35 African American SEALs in 70 years. The odds were stacked against me, but I didn't care. I had a dream, and I was willing to suffer for it. Losing 106 pounds in 3 months wasn't just about dropping weight. It was about proving to myself that I could do the impossible. That's the second lesson. A moment of pain is worth a lifetime of glory. Growth demands suffering. You don't get to the top without scars, but those scars are proof of your fight. Fear is another beast we all face. It's not real. It's self-imposed. You create it, and you can destroy it. Behind every fear is the person you want to be. When I was laughed at by recruiters, I could have let fear win. Instead, I faced it. Every time you confront your fears, you realize they're smaller than you thought. And when you beat them, that negative energy transforms into confidence. You start asking, what else am I capable of? What else am I holding myself back from? Fear isn't your enemy. It's your guide. Run from it, and you're not living. You're just surviving. Face it, and you become unstoppable. Life will try to hijack your mind. A breakup, a failed test, a missed promotion. These things can derail you if you let them. But here's the third lesson. You own your mind. Don't let life dictate your worth. When I failed, I didn't wallow. I got up, learned, and kept moving. Nobody cares about your struggles, not because they're heartless, but because everyone's fighting their own battles. The winners show up anyway. They're willing to lose, to fail, to fall, because they know that's the only way to win big. Your body, your mind, your spirit, they're as sharp as you make them. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, one hard-won victory at a time. Here's my challenge to you. Stop complaining about not catching a break. Instead, hustle, chase your dream, figure out what you're doing wrong, read a book, meditate, improve one thing today. The journey isn't about perfection, it's about evolution. Every day is a chance to get better, to get closer to the person you were meant to be. My biggest fear isn't failure. It's standing before my maker and seeing a list of who I could have been, a Navy SEAL, a speaker, a world changer, and hearing, that's who you were supposed to be. Don't let that be your story. You have two choices: push forward, give birth to your dream, and live in its reality, or quit and let regret haunt you forever. This is your movie. You're the hero. The plot twists, the setbacks, the victories, they're all part of the story. But you have to write it. You have to act. Don't just exist. Live. Strap on your boots, face the storm, and become the person you were meant to be. The world doesn't need another bystander. It needs you, obsessed, unbalanced, and unstoppable. What's one step you're going to take today to become the hero of your own movie? Share it in the comments below. I want to hear your story. If this message lit a fire in you, spread it by sharing this post with someone who needs to hear it. Hit that follow button for more raw, real talk to keep you pushing forward. Let's build a community of dream chasers who refuse to settle. Drop your thoughts, your goals, your fears. Let's talk about it. Together, we're unstoppable.